Hey guys, I'm Adrienne, and today we're going to talk about a topic that we actually already talked about in a live, but of course I never hit save, so we don't have the video for me to throw up here on IGTV or YouTube, wherever you're watching this. So I thought we would just kind of go over it a little bit again, although it's not going to be nearly as interesting without someone interrupting me or really me interrupting myself trying to get to the questions and everything. But I thought it was still a good topic to sort of touch on at least. So we're talking about making healthy eating easier, because I don't know about you, but my life is hectic. I am constantly running from one thing to another, between a business, a job, kids, homeschool, like all sorts of things going on all day long. And it's so easy, you know, especially like when I was taking care of my parents too and everything, it's so easy to just kind of fall in that trap of let's just grab something, it'll be faster. But honestly, is it really worth it when it comes down to it? You know what I mean? Like, it ends up not even actually being faster, I generally find, and it's definitely never healthier. So we end up paying for it in the long run, one way or another, either with our waistlines or with our wallets. You know what I'm saying? Number one is meal planning. I'll insert a little picture of a meal plan. I have a bullet journal that I often do like my weekly meal plans in. It's not always as detailed as this picture. Sometimes, in the past even, I've literally taken a piece of printer paper and just taped it to a wall next to the fridge so that we would have an idea of what we were planning on eating, like when we opened the fridge, if it was snacks or meals or whatever. So just having a meal plan can really, you know, eliminate decision making and help you make a shopping list, help you save money that way. And it's just a great way to sort of approach things to make it easier. Number two is meal prepping. I love meal prepping. It can be a total pain in the bum though sometimes, if you don't have like a good chunk of time to set aside to actually do it. However, I recently really got into it, and I find it's great when you're on the run to just be able to grab something out of the fridge and warm it up and go. Like, there were so many times when I was rushing home from work thinking, should I just pick something up? And then remembering, like, no, there's burritos in the freezer, or, you know, whatever it happens to be. So actually being meal prepped is amazing if you can find the time to do it and sort of create your own system over time. It eliminates that decision making, that moment of what are we gonna have for dinner, which is the moment when you go, oh, screw it, let's go grab something. So, I mean, if you can do it, it's amazing. It's so amazing. Which brings us to number three. If you can't do a full meal prep, batch cooking is great. If I cook a meal that I know the family is gonna like, I will make 2 or 3 days worth or meals worth and keep the leftovers for, you know, the next day, or freeze them and even keep them for like the next week if that's, you know, how it pans out. But batch cooking is basically just cooking more of one thing when you're already cooking it. So one thing, I know I got a comment about just getting an Instant Pot on this one, which is genius, and I know I need to. But one thing is like rice. If I'm making, you know, burritos or something and there's rice and beans, rice can take forever to cook depending on what kind of rice you have. And I happen to have the kind that took, you know, 40 minutes to an hour. So I made 2 to 3 sides worth of rice and beans. That way we were able to put it in our burritos. We had it the next day with like Southwest burgers or something, and you know, it was something easy to have on hand, easy to have, like, to throw on a plate and to sort of plan around the next day, knowing that I was gonna have extras of this one dish. So the next one I'm going to talk about is meal delivery. Now, this can get expensive, but if you're really breaking it down, I think it does save money in the long run between, you know, again, your health. Like, that's such a big one to me. But also, you know, between the gas to get somewhere and the time that would take and everything, to actually have a box show up on your door of all the ingredients you're going to need, already measured and portioned out, already, you know, ready just for you to cook. It's such a great option. I've tried Purple Carrot in the past, which is a vegan meal delivery service. I loved them. I think it was the first time I ever cooked leeks was with Purple Carrot. So that was really cool. Like, it gave us a chance, an opportunity to try new foods that I probably wouldn't have picked up in the store, at least not, you know, at that time, especially, you know, being always in a rush. I probably wouldn't have, you know, started experimenting with different veggies and different ways to do things. So, you know, having that was a great option. You know, of course it has its downfalls. There might be some menus that you're not fond of or that the kids aren't fond of. A lot of meal delivery services have ways you can like opt out of meals or sort of plan ahead of time which ones you actually want. So definitely look into those. Like I said, I tried Purple Carrot in the past and I absolutely loved it. It was so much fun to get these deliveries, you know, at our door, and to go through these beautiful recipe cards and decide which ones we were going to make first. And the kids were able to help because, you know, a lot of things were already prepared. They could grab them out of the fridge for me, identify the different like vegetables that were involved and that kind of thing. And they were pretty quick recipes and all of that too. So number 5, I know some people aren't going to agree with this, but number 5 is freezer foods. If you can make them yourself, like how we were talking about batch cooking, if you can take some time to prepare, to meal prep or to, you know, batch cook some meals and put them in the freezer, that's amazing and will help you, you know, so much in the long run. If not, I mean, I buy frozen food at the grocery store. Yes, there's going to be preservatives and sodium and, you know, things that maybe we don't necessarily want so much of in our diet, but as a backup and as an option to eating out or getting fast food, I think it's still definitely preferable. Even if you have like frozen waffles or something in your freezer, so when the kids are hungry and you don't have a meal prepared, you can throw some waffles in for them. We love veggie burgers. We keep veggie burgers. We keep waffles. And definitely frozen fruits in our freezer pretty much at all times, just in case. Maybe even some soups or that kind of thing too. Another one that we actually didn't talk about in the live was 15-minute meals. I shared a picture, hopefully will be somewhere here, maybe, I don't know. But I had shared a picture of a taco salad that I made. Red lentils take literally like 12 minutes to cook. Throw some taco seasoning on them, put them over a base of greens, whatever other kind of veggies you can chop up and put on top and call salsa. I think in this picture it was tomatoes and cucumber, which is not even a salsa, but we love them, so it works for us. And I just use sort of like a salsa mixture, mix it with like a bit of veggies or whatever to make it like creamy so the kids will like it. And that's a meal. Like full macros, full 500 plus calories. It's totally a meal and it takes under 15 minutes to make. And I'm gonna be sharing a lot more of those. Look forward to a lot more 15-minute meals and probably a blog post or even a series of 15-minute, you know, family-friendly dinners or whatever it is, because having that list, not necessarily mine, like make your own, have your own backup list of what 15-minute meals you can make with things from your pantry that you know you're gonna have, that you know your family's gonna like, and keep that list handy so that when you are tempted to, you know, pick up food on the way home or on the way to soccer, you remember, you know, your 15-minute meals, because honestly that's faster than stopping and getting food anyways, really, once you break it down, right? So anyways, so those were the ideas that we had come up with, and that I wanted to share with you. Just some simple ways to make healthy eating easier. I hope you try some of these, try some of them in, you know, in conjunction with other ones, sort of see what works for you. Because, you know, eating, we can work out, we can tighten, we can tone, but, you know, eating is the biggest piece of the puzzle when it comes down to it. So find ways to make healthy eating work and make it easy for you. Thanks for watching, guys.